Be kind, listen, and even when someone's having a bad day, just know it has nothing to do with you, and it's
Yeah.
literally somebody else is going through something. So just if you be kind though, it could literally change that person's day.
Let's talk about the music now and how that translates into the music. And yeah, as the world knows, I mean, that was a song that kind of, that got a lot of eyes and ears to your sound. But I mean, that clearly wasn't the first. It's not the last, obviously. There's been so many other songs. I just recently Say Goodbye. But, how special is it to use that as the foundation? You know what I mean? Like that's just the beginning part. That record was a song that was just like, the Salt Bay. That's all. You guys are just getting a little bit now.
Yeah, it
Just
it,
wait.
it just get rid of it.
Yeah. So
But
to have
it
that be the
really did.
foundation, how cool is that for you?
It's amazing. And I feel like I needed that because it truly, I found my purpose in what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And otherwise, I was just doing music and I was doing it for myself. And I didn't see the bigger picture really. And it was when I got that video back from the refugee camp, made me cry. Me and Maria were together and I was just like, wow, this is how big it is. That's how big it is. And I'm like, this is why I'm actually doing it. It's not for me. It's like selfishly a little bit, yeah. Like I've always wanted to do this when I was younger, but there's a bigger message behind it. And it's people singing my song in the refugee camp I was born in. Like that's how massive it is to me. That's how big it is. And that is my purpose. And that's what drives me so much. And I want to give back to my mom that was the one that actually got us out. So it's
Yeah.
everything I do is for other people. Like when I write music, I love the process and I feel it. But when I put it out into the world and I get messages back to being like, this really helped me, and that's truly makes everything so worth it. And that's the reason I feel like I do it. And
Gosh,
where do we go from here? Really set that
dude.
foundation up for me.
To let everybody know who's watching, thank you for being a part of the pod. We got Nouri. My name is Max Wilson, Therapy Session Podcast. Happy Jack Records. You're a part of the family, which is something that is just truly amazing and special. And to know that you are on this mission of utilizing a platform for something that is, bigger than music. But you get to follow your dream. You get to do what you love to do, creating
Exactly.
songs that are so heartfelt, that are so intimate and vulnerable. Is it hard to go to those spaces when you're writing and creating and in the studio having to relive, or then years later having to sing a song from a heartbreak or a disappointment? Like what's that like as an artist to go through those emotions?
Honestly, I personally love it. I love it so much. Only because truly feel like my gift comes out the most when I am as vulnerable as possible, and that's where it really shines through. And reliving those moments for me, I don't really hold on to anything that's happened before, but I know how to tap into it without it really dragging me down or anything like that. But I feel like that's where the magic is, and that's where I feel like I can be the most vulnerable. So when I don't talk about it to people, I feel like in the studio I can be vulnerable and let it out. So that's
Okay.
almost my release.
All right, that's your release. That's what other things do you do to I guess as a release? Like, are you a yoga person? Are you what I mean? Do you go outside and scream at the top of your lungs to get rid of the energy? You said you like to work out. You do the home workouts and stuff. What are some of those things that you do that help you kind of stay centered in your space and feel your best?
Yeah. Well, I feel like being out in the nature, like in nature,
Mhm.
going on hikes and just being out there, it just makes you feel so small, or
Yeah,
makes your everything else so small, and you're like, wow, it's not really that freaking serious. It really is. Nothing's that serious. It really isn't.
facts.
It's just be a good person in life, and that is the key. And that's literally the key of life is being kind to people, and that's it. That's what makes me feel good.
I mean,
So
isn't
yeah,
it?
it's
Isn't
just
it?
that.
It's crazy to think that that the concept is really that simple, but we convolute it with all these extra things when it's just like, just be kind, be willing to
Just be
listen.
kind. Be kind, listen, and even when someone's having a bad day, just know it has nothing to do with you, and it's
Yeah.
literally somebody else is going through something. So just if you be kind though, it could literally change that person's day, and it's not that serious sometimes. It's not that serious, and not to take everything so personally.
Who in your life is that person that is, the friend, the confidant, the person that you love to listen to and is there to listen to you as well when you're just like, girl, or you're like, dude, like who is that? Who is that person?
I would say I'm very close with my family, so I would say my whole family, but
Yeah.
Maria definitely is that person.
I'm like,
Maria
girl.
is my manager slash my best friend. Like I tell her everything. So it's always good to have her listen whenever I need someone.
Yeah, she's a part of the family too. For those that are wondering who is this other gem, this other unicorn? Yeah, she's the go. And we were also mentioning before this all started popping off. Obviously, again, you're in Dubai and here in New York, but she's hopefully going to be out there soon to be near you. How important is it to have a person to listen? I mean, I know it sounds like a pretty stupid question, but you know what I mean? To have that rock to lean on, that person to listen to, that, friend that you can pick up the phone and say, girl, no matter what time of the day or night.
No matter what time it is, I feel like it's so important. You have to have at least one person, and just because if you don't, then you're stuck with yourself and your own thoughts, and you don't have any outside perspective on whatever it
Mm,
is that you're going through. So I feel like you really do need to get advice
yeah.
from someone that you trust, someone that is always there no matter what. And that's just her for me.